All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise unto the Lord, to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders, the GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful that got their pushing this word and truth. And it's a sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful that the believers and the listeners whom have came back. Obedience of the scriptures. Faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. All right. And, what I want to go into, do it in transit, pretty much addressing the live lesson done by the brother, Elder Manata Zakba, dealing with the slander, of IUIC. Them guys in their last video, they did some heavy slander, man. They did some heavy slander. They got ASAP, and the allegations and the accusations that he was making towards brothers, and the thing, those are some very, very high accusations, man. And that was bearing false witness, okay, on a very high level, and at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Al Shah is going to begin to judge these men for things that they do and say, and that just shows you dealing with IUIC that, just listening to that video and how he was talking, IUIC is just another extension of black culture. It's pretty much just a black culture with fringes on, okay? Because the things that, that appeal to nigger culture, that appeal to the black community, just listening to how they got ASAP, I think it's Deacon ASAP is his title, but just listen to his talking points. They teach and they preach, based on the interests of the black community. Okay? And you look at the black community, it's ran by what? A matriarch. So you can see that guy, he was preaching and teaching with those speaking points, but he was ran on speaking points that appeal to the matriarch of the black community, man, which is mostly the single mothers. Okay? So he kept reiterating on how we was bums. Okay? He kept reiterating on how we was bums. But okay, at the end of the day, if we're bums because we don't have this world's good, that's not how you measure a man according to the scriptures. By his finances. That's how this world measures men, measures people by their finances. That's why you have a thing where you can Google someone's net worth, because that's how you're measured in this society, by your net worth. That's how they measure your prosperity in this society. It's based on your net worth, man. But the Lord don't look at that, man. Now, at the end of the day, it's men. Of course, as the Apostle Paul said, you don't work, you don't eat. So we push for brothers to be responsible in their day-to-day life. Okay? We push brothers, okay, to have a spirit of being, all right, responsible men in the world. Okay, but the thing is, we don't push. Okay, this prosperity doctrine by this world's good, because guess what? A lot of brothers are prospering in Yahweh Shai. So I would rather, just have my daily bread. Okay, I would rather just have my daily bread and be growing in Yahweh Shai than to be abundant in this world, but to be a spiritual bomb in Yahweh Shai. Because the way those men acting, all right, they're spiritual bombs in Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is not in them. For them to bear false witness, okay, for them to teach false doctrine, for them not to call on the name, they have no Yahweh Shai. Okay, so yeah, they're the most popular Israelite group. They have the most members. They have the most money. Okay, they on the outside, they have the most structure as far as how they look, the appearance. Okay, but when it comes to spiritual matters, they're bums. Okay, just like some of the precepts that the brother is putting up. All right, the brother Damawakia, you know, the brother out of GMS Orlando. He's the brother of GMS in his likeness. All right. And you go into Hebrews 13 and 14, it says, "For here have we no continuing city, all right, but we seek one to come." See, our mind is not in this world anymore. We're dead to this shit. We're dead to the community, because he kept making a statement of the community. The community is dead. This shit is dead. If you could, brother, uh, all them all them uh, 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 all the precepts in Ezekiel where it talk about the Lord not gonna have pity on Jacob. If a brother can post them precepts, but the scripture speak about how the Lord, all right, say he's not gonna spare or pity on our people, man. Because this whole thing gonna help in the community. The community is finished. Ain't no community amongst Jake. It's just a bunch of individuals, okay, that's living after the flesh. Okay? We deal with those that repent. And you got to think about it, because they kept pushing this thing with single mothers. Okay? Hey, that's the spirit. I was wondering if you was going to tune in, brother, not to get off topic. The brother Isaiah, you know, GMS in the Truth of the Land. I wonder was you going to tune in, because I just left Lexington, brother. You know, I had a delivery out there in Lexington off Highway 12. So I said, I wanted this brother to tune in. But that's the spirit, though, brother. You know, I seen your brother, your fellow yokesman, Dumb and Watkins tuning in. But I wonder what you going to tune in. But yeah, man, I just left your old block back, you know. But going back into it, man, because what you had with this guy from IUIC, he kept saying, he kept talking about single mothers. They say gonna be up here in November. Hey, let us know, brother. Let us know, man. I'm gonna have to shoot you the email on one of your videos. If you looking for me to shoot you an email, bro, so we can link. You know, when you come down, go where I talk to the heads. You know, just to make sure everything cool and we go from there, bro. But yeah, in November, that's gonna be what's up, bro. You know, just give us the heads up. All right. You gonna have to bring your own money, all right, because we bums. You know, bring that blank money order with you too, brother. You know? All right. But but yeah, bro. And but I want to just get back on the point, speaking with them guys, because the guy from IUIC, he kept talking about he kept talking about the single mothers, and he kept talking about the community. Listen, man, the community is done. All right. You look at our people, ain't no community, ain't no togetherness, ain't no unity, ain't no structure, ain't no discipline, ain't no order. Okay? Our people are done. The so-called black community is finished. Okay, just a bunch of individuals that live off the flesh, okay, under the enchantments of Esau Edom. Okay? And unless the Lord put the spirit on our people to repent and turn back under the order of Yahweh Shai, there's nothing that can be done for our people, man. Okay? We not here to be stupid prophets, man. Okay? We not here for the upliftment of black people. Okay? We are here for the restoration of the house of David. The Lord said he will raise the house of David, not black people. Okay? The hell with some goddamn black people, man. That ain't what we here for. Okay? The goddamn community, man. The community is finished. Okay? You look at our people and how they moving, they're finished. And the last thing, because he was talking about, the single mothers can come drop off their sons and they ain't got to worry about their sons being in gangs. Well, guess what? Who you think them niggas' fathers is, man? Is prison niggas and gang niggas, man. Okay? The last thing that the nigga woman need is someone else to leave her goddamn children, bad ass children, so she can go do her, all right, and have some more of these little niggas, man. Okay? Because what's happening, the Lord is holding everybody accountable, man. All right? And just listen to that. Okay? But you women that have seriously repented, guess what? You're under the umbrella of Yahweh Shah. And guess what? The Lord has a man that he's prepping that's going to be your eternal husband in the kingdom. You see, we're looking beyond this place. We're not trying to fix this bullshit here. It's way too far gone and it's getting worse. Okay? But you sister, okay? We not naive to that fact. Okay? But if the Lord, put the spirit on you to repent and humble down under the teachings, okay, of Yahweh Shah, guess what, man? So drop off your goddamn sons. No, man, this ain't that type of party. And that thing, listen, I coached Little League football for 8 years, okay? Which most of those children came from what? Single mother households. I used to get off working 8, 9 hour shifts, 10, sometimes 10-hour shifts. And I used to have to get straight out work and come pick up some of the jakes, okay? And take them to practice. After practice, take them home. And I was doing all those things, man, because I was a Jake that was involved in the community. I did the fundraisers. I did those things. And which at the end of the day, I ain't knocking that if a Jake do that. If a Jake is helping in the community, you're not knocking Jake for doing that. But you can't push him just because the men at GMS don't push community activism is that we're doing something wrong and we're lacking. No, man. That's not the way. Okay, because community activism, okay, it's cool, but that's like trying to stop an avalanche with a spoon. You see, the problem with our people is they under these enchantments, okay? And through the teaching of Yahweh Shah, enchantments are being broken, okay? Through this word coming out, enchantments are being broken. Once the enchantments are broken, then we can deal with our people, man. I mean, that's only going to happen with the hopeful elect. Everyone else is given over to these enchantments. Everyone else is born in vain, okay, of our people, okay? So this whole community service kick is nothing but a gimmick to bring in more money. And all that does is, that the woman, simple as hell, she looking at it as something great because, like I say, the last thing that our women need is another safety net, okay, for their poor decision making. Because you look at the majority of our women, they in these terrible decisions because of poor decision making. And the last thing they need is another safety net for their poor decision making. No, they need to be told about their poor decision making. Okay? And that's love. You see, the thing is, the reason why IUIC, push that madness that they push because they want money from these women, because that's their target audience. They want money from these women, and they just want to hunch on them single mothers, man. Okay? That's what they want to do. See, when Jake trying to hunch on something, he always going to tell you, he going to give you an R&B message, He going to always push like you the victim. Hell, we did it before,
All these games that niggas be playing, we done did it before. I done did the community. I done dealt with the single mothers. I done did the activists and going to the city councils and you know town meetings. We done did all that. It got us nowhere. That while we was doing all that, while I was putting all that work in to try to help the community was getting 10 times worse. Okay, because you're fighting a losing battle because you're fighting the poor decision making of the mother. You fighting the enchantments of the devil. It's a no-win situation. Okay, and just because you done taught this little nigga, okay, how to do a step back three, okay, or how to catch with his hands, that's not going to solve, okay, the problems. No, man, there has to be a war. America has to be turned to a desert, okay, through nuclear destruction. And Yahweh Shai has to come get us out this situation, man. And that's why we push Yahweh Shai. Okay? You know? And then this the other thing, man. I'm going on a rant. I get some good will and I stop. I get some precept. But this is gonna be a rant. You know, because there's a lot of things said. I'm gonna be all over the place. But this is another thing, these niggas, man. If we bombs, okay, but he said all we do, all the apostles have done is okay, blank money orders, okay, and get and and get money in secrecy or whatever. So that's my thing. If all we do is get blank money orders, but we steal bombs, that's a major disconnect. Because if we getting blank, let's say blank checks. Let's say he meant to say blank checks. If we're getting blank checks, okay, that's all we know how to do is get blank checks. But we steal bombs. Well, goddamn, I'm missing the point of getting the blank check. Because that means you can write what you want to write on the blank check. Okay? So if we getting blank checks, all right, because there's no such thing as a blank money order. But if we just account to get blank checks, well, goddamn, if we steal bombs, I'm missing the goddamn point. You know, I'm missing the purpose of getting the blank check. You see, and nigga culture is to talk about their financial status. That's what the rappers do. That's what the actors do. That's what the athletes do. That's what niggas in the neighborhood, other po niggas talking about other po niggas. Okay, that's what niggas do to discredit other niggas and talk about their financial status. Okay, but we'll be there. But guess what? We growing in Yahweh Shai. Brothers is growing in Yahweh Shai. Okay, we abundant in Yahweh Shai, so we'll be bombs according to this world standards. Okay, we'll be there. Like we don't care. And there's another thing. You see, him calling us a bums. See, if we had these black, if we had nigga culture egos, we'll be offended by that because nigga culture is all about putting off a certain facade. That's why niggas always trying to showcase as if they got money. Every nigga is trying to showcase as if he got money. You got niggas with no cars, they got red bottles. Okay, you got women, all right, with no jobs. Okay, you got women with no jobs and got Michael Kors persons and shit. You see, because that's nigga culture is always trying to portray, wealth. The poorest people trying to portray wealth, you know, and it goes back to this book, How to Sell to a Nigga. You know, if you go into this book, it should be a documentary on YouTube, How to Sell to a Nigga, and they push that on Jake because Jake, like when Jake go in the store to buy something, a big factor in how Jake spend money and how a nigga, purchase things is based on the reaction that he could get from people in his community. You know, so when the nigga is at the car lot, when the nigga is at the clothing store, shoe store, a big factor, okay, that determines if a nigga is going to buy something is how, what type of reaction that he's going to get from people of his community, from other niggas. Okay, That's one of the principles of how to sell to a nigga. And Esau done mastered it. Okay? So this whole thing about calling us bums, like, so what? We dead to this shit. We'll be bums. Okay? We'll be the biggest bums you want us to be. But we rich in Yahushua. We know about Yahushua. We growing in Yahushua. We growing understanding righteousness and understanding why these certain laws, okay, was put in place. Be growing in that aspect. Okay, even you women, you got women that, like I say, you know, a lot of women that listen to us are single mothers, man. Okay, it is what it is. Hey, we all come from dysfunction. So we don't hear the bash women, okay? But at the end of the day, we're not here to put women on the pedestal, okay? And act like, you know, they just woke up single mothers, you know, they went to sleep, you know, one day and they woke up, okay? And it was just, you know, some niggas just popped up on the bunk bed, you know? Just a nigga popped up on the bunk bed. No, man. Okay? Living after, you know, living, you know, after the flesh, living off low nature. Okay? And we address these things, man, because the scriptures say what we doing is a labor of love. And the scriptures speak about open rebuke is better than secret love. Okay? So one thing about it, this doctrine holds everybody accountable. We get held accountable, women get held accountable, okay? Everybody get held accountable. Okay, the men teaching are held accountable, and we held the most accountable. And the Lord got us in these positions because what's one of the things that's bitter to us, as the scriptures say, he that increase in wisdom, increase in sorrow, because we understand how things should be, but then we don't have no power to do nothing, so we just gotta marinate in this shit. And we know why. Because as the sons of God, when we was in rulership, we fumbled, you know? So the Lord allowed this ripple effect, okay, of, you know, degeneracy to happen and put us in the midst of this shit, and we got to marinate in this shit with no power. That's why we're going to appreciate that power when we get it, okay? But that doesn't negate the accountability of the woman in this shit and her dealing with the serpent, okay? Like I say, you look at um how women, you know, been moving. Here it is, and this the thing too, man, dealing with this whole single mother shit. Now, every case is different. Every case ain't the same, you know. But we know the majority of it go back to poor decision making. Okay, the majority of the shit we see go back to poor decision making, all the way across the board, man. With our people, is rooted back in poor decision making, based on, all right, westernization, and you know, you just born into this shit. But this the thing that killed me with this whole single mother shit. Here it is. You have the woman that make these poor decisions because women have been given the authority to choose the man that they want. Okay? So here it is. You have the woman's poor decision making, and then the niggas that she deal with. So here it is. Everybody's supposed to come clean up this woman's poor decision making, and why there's no pressure on the niggas that she's dealt with. Why? How the hell is it on men that's not having children with these women to come clean up this bullshit? That's what get me. Here it is. We get ridiculed for not coming to the aid of these single women, but these niggas are still alive. Like, these fathers are still alive. So how the hell is we frown upon because we're not coming to the aid of single mothers, but she's not being held accountable for her poor decision making, and these niggas get to walk around, okay, with no responsibility, with no expectation? How that work? Okay, but somehow we in the wrong for not coming to the aid of of American single mothers. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Okay, and that narrative played out. Okay, and them guys at IUIC, they keep that shit going just so they can appease to the women, so they can get the money from the women, and they can just hunch on them single mothers, man. Let's just be real, call a spade a spade. We all adults here, man. Okay, we don't play it all. We like Jake act like we ain't never been men before out here, man. Okay, that we don't know how this works. Like we don't know the ulterior motives behind that. So they say what sound good to the woman, and then they'll say, well, they like white women because they know that Eve, okay, that appeased to Eve when Jake talk about, you know, when Jake talked down on the Edomite woman, which at the end of the day, right now as it stands, the worst woman to be with, okay, is the majority of these modern nigga women. Okay, that's the absolutely worst woman on the earth. Okay, and even more than that is one of these women that come with all this baggage. Okay, them badass kids. Okay, them goddamn it, them degenerate baby fathers just floating around. Okay, that's a terrible deal for a man. Okay, that's the worst deal on the planet. So of course, Jake. All right, they got a little motion out here. He gonna choose better. Okay? And at the end of the day, it is what it is because it's all temporary, man. Because the Lord finna restore us as a people. Okay? So our women, they gonna be back in order. They gonna be reset. Okay? So what Jake in the world choosing, women of a different nation, okay? That's Jake business, man. That's another thing. It ain't our business about what nation or woman that the Israelite man deals with. That ain't none of our business, man. Okay? That has nothing to do with us, man. Okay? Them grown men, but see, in this society, the nigga woman has been given this authority, all right, to just micromanage men. So as we're in this transition, the kingdom, because see, the word, even though you might have men that are not directly, in the word, they might not be in the truth, but you have Jake's, there's a new spirit that's on Jake out here. Besides these little degenerate matriarch babies, okay? But you got these, these older Jakes, man, 30 plus, they moving different, like they just moving different. And they not moving based on the narrative of that they obligated to deal with Eve and her poor decision making, man. Let's play it out, man. Why would you put Jake in there like he obligated to deal with Eve and her poor decision making? If Jake want to do that, that's on him. Have at it. But you can't make nobody feel a certain way because they don't want to deal with Eve and her poor decision making. They don't want to come play cleanup with that shit, man. Get out of here, man. Okay? You see? But then it's another thing, like when listening to the brother live stream, and you had uh, 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 a bunch of people from, I guess, IUIC followers. They coming on the live screen and they just talking about some y'all hate. Okay, y'all hate. Here it is. This man is blatantly lying on us, man. This man is accusing us of felonies, man. Okay, this man is accusing us of felonies. Like they coming straight out and saying we talking about dealing with little girls. Is you crazy? Okay, talking about grape and Eve. Here it is. And it's a whole contradiction. Here it is. We love white women, but we teach about grape and Eve. Okay? Here it is. Our apostles been telling us to stay away from the nigger woman, but now we're saying, go get a little child, man. We ain't saying no shit like that, man. Okay? And you saying that openly, he was blatantly saying it, man. Okay? Trying to link us up. The pastor they got caught with the little boy in the back of the car, and he tried to throw us in the mix with that shit like we on some, man. Come on, man. You see? But they'll say we hating But this man is accusing us of felonies, lying. Okay, but that's okay. But we call him out on the slander, and we hate. Okay, what are we hating on? Because what is it? Money? We don't care about money. Cause y'all got more members. We don't like niggas like that. Y'all got a bunch of niggas over there, man. Okay, a lot of them. Cause you look at it with Sakari, it's more them young street niggas uh that flock to Sakari. Them street niggas and Ratchet Eve. That's what Sakari draw in. ISUPK, they draw them prison niggas in, like them ex-con niggas. You know, that's the energy they draw. IUIC, they bring a lot of simps and a lot of them niggas that come from the matriarch, man. That's why they so soft, and so effeminate when it comes to anything about the woman. They just got, you know, that's the men that they draw. Okay. At the end of the day, we not here for numbers, man. We don't care about who being the most popular, man. That's some junior high shit, man. This ain't no popularity contest, man. Okay. Well, hey, we here to edify, man, and build in Yahweh, man. Okay. We building in Yahweh. Here it is. And then they say all we do is talk about IUIC. Man, come on, man. Brothers go into everything, man. Brothers speak on everything, man. Everything concerning the Bible, prophecy, history, current events, breakdowns. Brothers go into everything, man. IUIC might be 1%. And it's been on them tough lately because, hey, the doctrine is so off, man. And then we're going to address the slanders because that's a lie. Okay? What you accusing brothers of doing, that's a straight lie, man. Because our apostles taught about the protocol for what will happen, okay, in case rape happen. Okay? You see? There's a law on that, man. And that law was based on pro-family. And that law was meant to deter. It was a deterrence. If a brother can put that definition of deterrence. Okay, and that's another thing. These men aren't learning how to be judges, man. They're not learning, see, when you grow in Yahweh Shai, we really understand, okay, the practical part of the law, how to apply the law. Because we can't keep the law perfectly, okay? But we're beginning to understand how to apply this law in certain situations, like why this law was written. We look at this messed up because this captivity was like a big case study for us, man. How they would train, young lawyers. They would let them watch, old cases, and kind of dissect the case. Well, when you look at America and how off it is, it's like the Lord got us on a real-time case study, and we kind of see, what laws will fix what situations, man. Okay? We see why certain laws is in place, man. We see why certain people did get stoned. Because hearing of the certain laws, when you first hear them, it is harsh. You be like, damn, that's harsh. But then as we mature in this thing and you see what Jake turned into, you see what our people, the nigga woman turned into, what niggas turned into, okay, you see why that law was in place. And you understand that we start to understand the application of the law, man. Okay? But with them guys like with IUIC, man, it just, you know, uh, uh, it's it's a bunch of simp, mama boys. Okay, uh, 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 uh it's just another spinoff of the black community, man. That's all it is. It has nothing. That's why they don't have no mindset towards the kingdom. Okay, if you think, and then he kept talking about the progress, how many people that the bishop has got off drugs, how many people that bishop has to finish school, man. It's gonna be a lot of people with master's degrees that the Lord finna put to death. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of people that got doctorate degrees that the Lord finna put to death, man. They have nothing to do with anything, man. Cool. Okay, if you're doing it, cool. Why you gotta advertise? Even if you are doing a good work in the community, why you have to advertise that, man? The reward should be, you know, uh, 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 you making an impact on people's situation. That should be the reward. Okay, the reward shouldn't be that you get to brag about what you done. Okay, all these things going on in the world, man. Like the conflict in Ukraine, the conflict in the Middle East, the MOTB, constantly being, the infrastructure for that is constantly being set up right before us, man. Okay, the next pestilence, all these things that's happening. What would be the point of us putting a video of us, okay, having a community event, and you have all these things happening, man? No, man. Our people need to be fed in the spirit. Our people need to be told about themselves. The woman needs to be told about poor decision making. Okay? And she don't need no safety net. She damn sure don't need nowhere else to drop off them badass kids and when she can go run free. Hell no. Hell no. That's making that's enhancing the situation. Okay? See? She need to be miserable with them goddamn kids, man. Okay, and reflect on that poor decision making. She don't need no outlet. Okay, you're not here for that, man. All right, that community shit. Damn the community, man. Okay, and they was pushing. That guy was talking, as if that they gonna clean up the community and they just gonna have a nigga utopia or something, man. Okay, for every one for every one Jake that graduate, it's probably 2,000. Okay, it's gonna drop out. They got to close so many schools down here in Jackson because the attendance so low. I believe they closed close to 11 schools this year in Jackson because the attendance so low. I dropped off with Jake the other day when I was doing some ride sharing, and that's what bums do, you know. It's a bum job. All right. But anyway, so I dropped off with Jake at school, and he said that he got 8 classes, but he only got 3 teachers. So if 5 of his classes on his schedule, he don't even have any teachers. Well, I said, well, goddamn, what are we doing? Okay. So when you talk about the black community, listen, man, I done did that shit, man. I done been in the trenches with that shit. I used to pop up on some of my players at school. You know, hey, teachers used to call me. I used to check report cards, man. I did all this shit, man. Okay? We'll say not knocking at Jake if they do that. If you're still doing it, cool, man. But at the end of the day, that's not all right. That's not Howard Shine, that's really that's outside of your Howard Shine. Like he's really not dealing with that shit. He's dealing with his sheep being fed. Okay? That's what Yahweh Shai was constantly asking Peter, feed my sheep, feed my sheep. You know? And as we become this word, of course, people, if you love Yahweh Shai, you're going to be drawn to the conduct of Yahweh Shai. You know? So the work continues off camera. Okay? But there's a lot of work to be done on camera. You know? There's a lot of work. There's a lot of our people that believe that have came under Yahweh Shai. Hey, they're waiting to hear this word. They're waiting to hear what's happening in the world and how this correlates to prophecy, man. Our people are waiting on these things, man. Okay? So at the end of the day, all right, for every Jake that you help graduate, it's 200 or 300 that dropping out. Okay? You can't carnally fight against. We're in a spiritual warfare, man. Okay, we in the spiritual warfare with wickedness that's in high places, man. Okay, and you not gonna disenchant Jake, all right, with an after school program or a picnic or a book bag giveaway. Okay, that's not gonna put a dent in the damage that Esau is doing. Okay, through these enchantments. All right, through these single mother households, man. That's not gonna. That's a machine. Okay, and the only way to stop that is through your Howard shop, man. You know. So let's get a couple of these unparked now. I get a couple of precepts. You know, we can get it in now. All right. So the brother GMS always hopeful elect, the brother Corner Waff put that definition for deterrence in. It said the prevention from action by fear of consequences. The prevention from actions by fear of consequences. So you go to the great law. If that woman was betrothed, okay, and she, you know, screamed out and let it known that she was betrothed and she wasn't with the act and she was just overpowered by the man, she would be he would be put to death and she would be spared because she hollered out. Okay? And Jay act like there wasn't a death penalty behind that if in certain situations. All right. The second situation was she was betrothed, okay, and she didn't holler out, which means that she consented. Her silence was her consent to it, okay. Then they will both be put to death because they broke an agreement that was with another man, so it's likened it to adultery, okay. So there was two people that would be put to death. Then you had the third situation where the woman wasn't betrothed and the man, took her. Okay, guess what? Now that's his responsibility now. Now he's responsible for feeding, clothing, protecting, and guiding that woman the rest of his life. Okay? So when you go to deterrence, deterrence, it says the prevention from action by fear of consequences. So you might see a woman and it's an opportunity for you to kind of, you know, manhandle, and you think about, okay, damn, if she betrothed, I could get put to death. Like I can end, like, if she not betrothed, I gotta pay the dowry, then she gotta be my wife. So if you just was on some horny shit, that those laws was put in place to deter you. Okay? Because you understood that there was some consequences, okay, to that act. You weren't just gonna do that and walk away, okay? Like in this, because in this society, how many women, especially in these neighborhoods that Jake talking about, they helping the community. How many women in the community, these young women, because these young women are a prey in these Jake communities, man. In these hoods and project, these young women are a prey to these old niggas, man. Okay, because there's no deterrence. Okay, for one Jake that do get in trouble for that, how many Jake get away with this on a daily basis? You know how they prey on these young women. Cause why? There's no deterrence in place, and ultimately niggas like that. All right, going back to the law. You see, the reason why these niggas get to lay around, be lazy, and lay up with different women and lay up with their mama forever and they aunties is because you don't have the law of the slothful son in place. Okay? If you had that law, that would deter them niggas from doing that. Okay? And these niggas create more, all right, of them. They wouldn't get the opportunity. Okay? Before soon as he come of age and he, displayed a pattern of slothfulness, okay? Nah, nigga, you don't get the nigga, you don't get to have no orgasm, nigga. You finna be put to death. You don't even get the privilege of having an orgasm. Okay? Because in this society, this is well, which we know the 2/3 had to reproduce themselves. Okay, but in this society, this is the men that the majority of women flock to. Niggas that wouldn't even be alive, okay, according to the law of the slothful son. Okay? So the laws were put in place for a deterrence, man. Okay? We have to understand these things, man. Let's get a couple. I know brothers been lighting it up and see what brothers got. All right. This is the brother GMS. Pray always, hope for elect. Ezekiel 8:18 said, "Therefore will I also deal in fury. My eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And though they cry in my ears with a loud voice, would not hear them." Okay, and this is the Lord speaking how he gonna deal with no pity. The Lord gonna deal with our people with no pity when it's time to judge because they ignored the prophets. If you ignore the correction, okay, of Yahushua, because Yahushua has raised up his men for correction and restoration. If you can't receive the correction, you can never begin the restoration phase, man. Okay? So if you don't receive the correction, the Lord gonna deal with you with no pity. He's not gonna have any pity on you, man. Okay, when it's time to judge. All right. So we not here to be no goddamn boys and girls club. All right, for the single mothers of our people. Nah, man. Okay. Now, if you a single mother and you come under Yahushua, guess what? This is a place for you to come heal. Okay. This is a place for you to be built up and look forward to. All right, hey, the reward at the coming of Yahushua, and also you're learning this wisdom. You're getting this understanding for you to operate better, for you to make better decisions, for us to all make better decisions, man. Okay, because all our decision making was trash in some form or some way before we came into the truth, man. That's why scripture say making the simple wise. Okay, we all moved in the form of simplicity, man. Okay, a lot of us men, trying to be the next trapper slash rapper slash point guard slash, wide receiver. We were trying to be all that shit in one. Okay, simple as hell. Okay, so when you come under Yahushua, guess what? We learn better decision making. Okay, that's what needs to be taught amongst our people is better decision making under this wisdom, man. All right, which has this can bring peace to us. This can bring peace to our situation now. Okay, this adds peace to our situation. Like I say, we don't have egos. We don't care about being bums. We don't care about niggas' opinions. We don't feel like it's our burden to help the community, man. No, that's not our burden. We got a peace of mind of knowing that we see prophecy at work and Yahushua is on the way, man. That creates peace that adds peace to our situation, man. Okay, let's keep going. Ezekiel 9:4. It's the brother GMS. Pray always, hope for elect, the brother Corner Walk. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and they cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. And that's what we're doing. This world has us sighing and crying because we don't have the power to execute any judgment. So we sigh and cry because of the filth of this society, man. Okay? And the major problem, all right, is 2/3 of our people, man. Okay? They are a major problem. First off, they're a threat to themselves and they're a threat to everyone else. Them niggas gotta go. The nigga woman has to go. All right, and these little monsters that they pushing out, they got to go with them, and it's gonna go into that verse 5, and it says, "And to the he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have you pity." Okay, so this is reiterated. He said he's not going to spare and have pity in chapter 8, and now he's saying in chapter 9. The Lord is finna put a hit out on niggas, man. All these military age men coming across the border, a lot of these men are here for Jacob's trouble, man. They're being staged just for Jacob's trouble, man. The Lord got a hit out on niggas, man. Okay, because our people are in the all-out rebellion. If you refuse your Howard Shai, then guess what? There's nothing we can do for you. Okay? And it ain't nothing personal, it's business, man. If you ain't come under the order of your Howard Shai, it ain't nothing we can do for you, man. Okay? Now we in the position to, it's just on some random shit like we can help, you know. If you just see Jake, fundraising and you want to give Jake $2 for their basketball team, nothing wrong with that. Okay? But we don't couple that with the ministry as if we're doing the Lord's work by helping somebody get, the AAU team go on the trip. If there's something you want to do on the side, your cousin play AAU and you want to donate him, $100 to help them go on the trip, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's absolutely fine. But you can't couple that with the ministry and act like that's part of the Lord's work. Nah, that's just something you want to do. That's your little thing you got going on. Cool. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. I started coaching. I love little Jake. I love to see Jake. You know, I used to love seeing Jake get that confidence about themselves, man. And then Jake go out there, you know, and go dominate. Like I said, I got some guys that play in D1. That I used to coach. You see, it ain't on me to get no camera and talk about all the sacrifice I did with Jake and all these. No, man. You know, I got some hell of athletes that is playing D1 ball, man. You know, but the thing is, I don't want to you know that's not a part of the ministry, and I didn't do that to say look what I did. Like just to see Jake, not out here in this destructive shit is a good thing. Now some of them did go to the streets. Some Jakes I coached in prison. You know, some of them are gonna be playing football on TV on Saturday. Some of them with the prison. You see, hey, what can I do about that? Okay, the ones that I go see them play every now and then. Some of them in high school. Most of them start and get scholarships, and I go see them when I can. Okay, when I have free time outside the ministry, I go see Jake. But that's not for me to put on camera and say, look at all these players that no, man, I didn't do that for that anyway, man. I just know Jake just needed opportunity. Like Jake, Jake in the hood and the ghetto, they just don't have no opportunity. Because some of the best players, I can tell y'all, when I used to coach Little League, some of the best players had absolutely no support from the black community, man. And that's why I don't take you niggas serious, man. Fuck you. Fuck the black community, man. Especially you adults, man. Especially you goddamn adults. I've been finished with adults of the black community, man, because y'all full of shit. Because it was one Jake, and he was real good. And his father was a street nigga, and he got killed in street violence, gun violence. And his son was probably like 10 years old. And that's when that's the year. Matter of fact, that's the year I learned about the truth. You know, that's the year I learned about the truth. And I coached 1 year after that. But that's the year I learned about the truth. And he was a running back. And we was ranked like number 10 in the nation, from 10U. And we went to play in the tournament in Atlanta. But here it is, these niggas in the neighborhood, they have a birthday party to celebrate his daddy. Okay, every year. But none of them niggas came to the football game. When we had to raise money, to go to Atlanta, none of them niggas from the community donated. None of them niggas. But them niggas don't throw a block party for his daddy every year. Okay? But none of them niggas ever came to one game. All right. And he was one of the top players in the nation at 10U. Okay? And then that's one of the guys I used to have to come pick up after work every day, which I didn't mind. Shit, I didn't mind, man. When I'm into something, I'm into it. I'm fully dedicated. And that's why, if I'm not fully dedicated, I can't even do it. So that's why one of the reasons I stopped coaching. But uh a lot of them players that be the best, that be natural athletes, and I used to go pick them up after I got off work. It'd be a car, it'd be a driveway full of cars and grown folks in there, niggas, and the nigga woman in there, man. And they won't even take Jake 5 minutes, 10 minutes down the street to practice, man. So this whole black community shit, y'all been cooked, man. And I was young. I was like 22, 23, 24, 25. I started coaching when I was 22, 21. 20, I was 20. I was 20 when I started coaching Little League. So I'm looking at these people twice my age, and I'm looking at them, man. I've been lost respect for the adults of the black community, man. Okay? So mix us with that black community shit, man. Okay? Them niggas cause their own effects. They don't invest in their youth unless it's some nigga shit. Okay? The only time they invest in their youth, now if this same Jake was rapping or was buzzing on YouTube for being a drill rapper, the whole neighborhood get behind him. But when he was one of the best running backs in the state, then now one of you niggas stepped foot on the field, man. You niggas didn't come to a practice or a game. All this money you niggas was getting, okay, supposedly, but you niggas didn't come to a game. So when these niggas be talking about the community, man, fuck the community, man. Whatever happened to them, man. Let's read this. Let's see what we got. Get a couple more. All right, this the brother Yaquab, the hopeful elect 3. 1 Timothy 4:16. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. All right. And take heed to thyself. There's self-accountability, man. This thing is about self-accountability, man. Okay. We not here to be no safety net for niggas, man. Okay. Or no crutch. Okay. For niggas, man. That's the last thing niggas need is a crutch, man. Okay. So first off, we take heed to ourselves with the self-accountability and unto the doctrine, making sure we're teaching on point. Okay? Making sure what we're teaching is on point and that is for the edification of building up, man. Okay? It says, continue in them, for in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee, man. So the Lord, okay, is dealing with instructions in righteousness, man. If a brother can get that, 2 Timothy 3:16, instructions in righteousness, man. That's what this word is here for, man. We're learning to be that noble seed again, which we was created to be in the beginning, but we fell away from that. We here to get back to glory, man. Okay? We here to get back to glory, man. The black community is finished. We should detach from everything black, man. We not doing nothing under the banner of no damn black, man. Okay? Niggas have utterly failed, man. Okay? The nigga woman was pushed as the head of the house and drove the goddamn nation to the ground. Okay? We not doing nothing under the banner of no damn single mothers or black. That's played out. It's Yahweh Shai. You either gonna get under the order of Yahweh Shai or you're through. Okay? One more time and you're through. This is that one more time that the Lord's giving Jake and they through. Okay? So let's get this. This is 2 Timothy 3:16. This is the brother Eso, I think servants of Yahweh Shai, Laban, Naqash. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine. And here it is. You don't teach the name. Okay? You're still going on the banner of Christ, which that's idolatry. Okay? You're still pushing Queen of Heaven worship, which that's idolatry. Okay? You telling you don't know what the C-hip is, which you can help these guys graduate, but if you don't tell him about the C-hip, what's the point? What he gonna graduate to a missile? Okay? What's the point of it? We helping them graduate, but you won't tell them about the C hip. You're still setting them up for the slaughter. You just prolonging, okay? You just making them a little more comfortable before they deal with the slaughter, man. Okay? And it says, for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instructions in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works, man. And this is what we're about, man. And this is a place of healing for brothers and for sisters, man. Okay? And sisters that been around, and they starting to see it, man. And they see that brothers was talking in love the whole time. Sometimes, hey, brother, speak from a place of hurt and disappointment, you know, but we maturing from that. All right. Sometimes brothers, can get a little, carried away. All right. But ultimately now, this is an environment of healing, man. And sisters gonna be good. And one thing about it, you know, we ain't here begging, okay? We not here. It's another thing. We bums that don't beg. You see? We the bums that don't beg, you know? But at the end of the day, if a brother can get that every idle word, what's that, Matthew 12 and is it 36? Matthew 12 and 36, and we'll end with that because them some heavy accusations that man was making, man. That I was like, God damn, you know, damn. But everybody gotta play their part, you know. This the brother GMS in his likeness, the brother Damawati in Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you that every idle word, all right, that every idle word uh that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. And see, when you watch, if y'all ain't watched that video from the brother GMS Manata Zakba, South Carolina, y'all watch that video, man. Y'all hear that slander accusation. It's like, God damn. And then you women too. Because, see, that's another thing with IUIC, the women still can move in their feminine spirit. You know, they don't come in board talking shit, you know, talking about we might be waiting outside the middle school. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Okay? Come on, man. Okay? Then you talking about grape and Eve. What would you be getting? That'll probably be the most disappointing grape that a man can do is grape Eve. Okay? Motherfucker is running. Motherfucker leaving the country for motherfucker getting passports leaving the country from Eve. Motherfucker Jake all in Thailand and you know Jake in country they Singapore. Jake is in the country he never knew existed. Dealing with women. And you talking about somebody raping the American nigga woman? Come on, man. Waiting outside of a middle school. Here it is. The 30 and 40-year-old Eve is childish as hell. So we're gonna go to a come on, man. All right. But every idle word, you gonna have to hold up for that, man. Everything that you said, you gonna have to hold up for that, man. And that's a heavy accusation for it to be false. But everybody gotta play their part. They this part of that couple of Yahweh shot. But that's the point, man. You know, yeah, yeah, we're gonna see. Okay. But yeah, man, the wide to you brothers, for tuning in, the wide for you sisters as well. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep growing in Yahweh shot. We becoming noble. Okay. Let these niggas, all right, stay under that black culture vibe. And we'll see how far the community gonna get your ass in the time to come. So with that, pray that you brothers, all right, and you sisters are edified. Till next time we say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Abba Baba Soon, Shalom.